Hi, so this reading is a continuation of my October series that I'm doing on kind of the supernatural things that people have experienced that they want some clarity on, or maybe it's just a general kind of mystery that is well known that you want to know an answer to. Whatever. You can go to my community tab and go to the post with the pumpkin, with the quarantine, the jack-o'-lantern quarantine, and leave your request there. And if I don't get to it, I might get to it in another time where I have a need for something to read on. So don't feel bad if I don't choose yours. I might choose it later for something else. And, end up reading on it anyway, so you don't know. At the very least, it's good to share and to focus on something outside of politics and not give Trump all our energy. So I'm going to be reading on the case of Johnny, and I think his last name is pronounced Gosch, or Gosch, Gosch. He was abducted during the 80s. Many people probably the name will ring a bell. Out of Des Moines, Iowa. He was a paper boy, and he was on his paper route. There was another boy in Iowa that was also abducted. His name was Eugene, and I'm not remembering his last name. Maybe Martin, but I could have that wrong. He also went missing around apparently close to the same time. There was these two that went missing out of Iowa. And there were a rash of abductions and deaths of children, mostly from what I remember during the 80s, especially of boys throughout the Midwest. I do remember that. It was creepy as hell. As a kid, I remember that, growing up in the 80s. And Johnny, I remember Johnny's case. Johnny's mother was approached or sent some kind of communication that claiming that he was still alive and that it was him and that he just wanted to reach out to her, but that he couldn't. I think someone may have even visited her that claimed to be him, but I don't know. A lot of people doubt that it was actually him. This person claimed that they couldn't come forward because it was too dangerous. So the question kind of pertains to what happened to Johnny, and did he actually get away and come back and communicate with his mom? Was that really him? And so that's what I'm going to look at, and I'm going to ask my spiritual helpers, ancestors, creator, guides to help me out to read accurately and clearly on Johnny's case. So did Johnny live through to contact his mother later, or was that not him? What happened to Johnny? What can you tell us? Thank you. Okay, let's take a look. We have the Hierophant. This is rules. These are like instruction. How you do things. Hold on a second. I'm going to put on my lamp. This room is so dark. Okay, And we get the Page of Wands. I'm feeling like this person may have some access to religion. The person that is responsible for taking him. That's what I feel like this is a message about. Worried about being found out. Worried about being found out. Definitely. Doesn't want the secret to be revealed. Their identity. So this is someone, and I'm feeling like this could be one of those people that would be involved in counseling, like Bible study, counsel, mentor type of thing. That's what I'm feeling here. But as a predator. I mean, the cards show this person coming to someone who is laying in their bed, and it's making me uncomfortable. And again, we get a person in their bed here, worried. I feel like they have a connection to some sort of... Hello, Bear, tarot cat. I feel like they have a connection to some sort of religion. A religious person. They're... That's part of this. Then we get the Nine of Wands. This to me is that this person that's being very defensive. I know what Bear wants. I think I can multitask here. So when we look down at that, when we look down at the Hierophant, and we see this heavy energy with the Nine of Wands, it feels like they've got a boundary to try to protect their identity around them, but that they've come close to being revealed. Comes through, this person's coming through some kind of church or religious organization. That could be his mother, I am not sure. Certainly going through mental torture. And I think being susceptible to believing perhaps fantasy that is put out there for her. And this is judgment. You know, she wants to believe, I think, that her boy isn't deceased. But I feel like she wants to know what happened. There's confusion with her. It could be that at this time she's a bit confused and doesn't know what to believe anymore. I think that's more likely. This is the Knight of Swords. The Six of Swords. I feel like he was taken and definitely trafficked. And quickly. This person's very quick And again, I feel like they may have had some connection at some point in their life to religion. Okay, we have the King of Swords. Now, I don't know if this is somebody that was contacting the mother, potentially, with that story. But I don't feel like it's him. I don't know, you wonder, like, there's all kinds of crazy reasons people do that. But this to me looks like suddenly on the scene we have a male here that's communicating. But there is some, with this moon, there is some uncertainty or some secrecy around this communication. There's also the judgment. So it does link to the past. But I feel like this man may have mental issues himself that contacted her. Okay, Knight of Wands. The Six of Pentacles, which is needing help or assistance or having it. This is the Mother card, the Empress. And this is sad. The Five of Swords. She feels like it's futile. Like she's not able to get anywhere, that it's just out of her hands. She knows that she needs help, but she doesn't feel like she's getting the help she needs. I feel that with the stillness of the Four of Swords and something being done over and over again, getting better at it, making money, learning how to do something. And unfortunately, this looks like how to conceal or bury. That's usually my tomb bury card. There's a partnership. This is a ring. But I feel like the partnership in that ring that took Johnny may have broken up, may have had disagreement or a falling out. Yes. I see that there was a partnership in looks like a pedophile ring, and it looks like this group may have been headed by two men that were snatching kids, and I think that these two men ended up falling out and betraying each other, or one betraying the other one. Possibly even killing the other one is the feeling I'm getting. Yes. They didn't want the activity to be exposed. So I believe they took their partner out. Yes. Ace of Swords and Three of Cups. I think under the guise of, hey, we're going to have a party. And this, the Fool and Temperance. And this also can pertain to children and combinations. Risk. Okay. I think one partner killed the other because they didn't want the risk of that partner revealing, getting caught, or maybe they were doing something that they felt was going to endanger them being caught for it. Let's just take a quick look. Okay. What happened to Johnny Gosch? Will they ever find Johnny or his remains? Just want to take another quick look. Will they ever find Johnny or his remains? What happened to him? And get that King of Swords again. Children. With the Page of Cups. I feel like they drug the children as well. Definitely. These two of this man, I feel like in order to make them more compliant, so they don't fight or resist. And I get that King of Swords again. Death. I think he's deceased. Maybe in connection to being drugged. Be very quick. Knight of Swords with death. It's like a sudden, swift attack. And again, look, we get the Hierophant again. A man connected to religion or a belief system. This could even be the head of a pedophile ring. Yeah, combination. This man has connections. Wow. I'm almost wondering if his remains aren't somewhere near a church or a property. Yeah. Ten of Swords. I think Johnny, unfortunately, was killed. We look down this way. We get death, the Ten of Swords, and the Page of Cups. And I do believe probably drugged. There's some cards here that make me feel that way. Yes, the Devil. So we're looking at vice, and we're looking at sex offenders, and I'm sure drugs, things of this nature. Sadistic confinement, using these kids, trafficking them, having help, and I don't know, maybe help from a church or a religious figure. What the heck? Like, that keeps coming in. There's something there, and I believe he passed away, and I believe his family on the other side may have actually also helped Johnny to transition over out of this horrible way of dying. This is the second time I've given a couple runs on this reading, to tell you the truth, and I keep getting the Ten of Swords for Johnny as well, so I do believe he is deceased. I believe he was taken by a pedophile ring, it looks like to me, and there's some connection to a religious organization or church or something. And either the person, one of the leaders, I feel like there was a couple of men that were involved, and I feel like one of them here has, I don't know, some connection to church or somebody that's religious or may have been religious themselves at one point. They get help, or they help a church out. May have been involved in religious instruction, but definitely involved in abduction of children here as part of a ring, an organization. And oddly enough, this man might even pretend to help these families, counsel them as a spiritual pastor or something. Ew. But I think this person lives like they have two sides to them. It's just a way to access, to get people to trust. I think that people would be surprised to know that this man is responsible. That's interesting. So no, I don't think it was Johnny that was contacting the mother. I think Johnny, unfortunately, was killed relatively early on. After, I think, being abducted by a child trafficker. So there's that. Yeah, he's released from his past. And again, there's the energy of children here that's really strong. There's a lot of emotions. You know, it's traumatic. So I believe he was abducted and killed. And I don't see it. I don't see his remains being found perhaps in the very near future. It still looks like it just looks like someone has been able to conceal what they did to him. And I feel like this was someone, again, with connection to church or religion in the area. Part of a group of people taking and trafficking children. And there is the reading on that. So on to the next one. And if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and even hit the notification. Okay? See you in the next video.